and welcome to this week's New School Wedding Photographer video podcast. This one's about taking it to the next level, as demonstrated by our awesome lights and how they're going to fade to different colors. That's what symbolizes that. Do you want to lead this one off, Mr. Tyler Bertrand?
Yes, I think a lot of people, once they start shooting, they can comfortably book at a certain price, and they're kind of sitting in that middle zone of the market where they can book their season. They're booking at a decent price. It's not really high. And they're confidently filling that slot. But now it's about how do you get more? So how do you increase your price, and how do you break free of that? So how do you basically take it to the next level and start standing out? And you'll find that it's definitely a perceived value thing, and that comes from, again, like we said in an earlier video, it's from who you are. You have to know who you are. And, if I were to think about some iconic photographers, one that comes to mind would be Jose Villa. Great example of somebody who knows exactly what his style is, exactly what his brand is, and never deviates from that. You never see him post any image with any kind of sense of darkness about it at all, because he knows exactly what his clients are wanting and what his brand and image is all about. And he's become a specialist as a result of that. So he can command a premium price for that because people have the perception that they can only get that from him. And that's what you really need in your business in order to take it to the next level. You need to figure out who you want to shoot for. You need to figure out who these people are and actually build these people. It's Diane and Bob, and she's a teacher, and she does this, and she shops here, and what type of wedding are they gonna throw together? Yeah. And it's once you know that, and once you can really refine that and target that, that's when I think you're gonna be able to start coming up with
everything just becomes part of that. I like that the lights are changing again.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I like that. That was really good. It was informative even for me.
Good. I'm glad. I like to educate.
I guess to kind of add and deviate from that slightly, just to continue getting out there in the industry. I find that, I don't know, you eventually hit that point where you have like your industry friends and you just never really go out of that little circle.
Yeah.
And it would be cool too, because I know there's a lot of like the most silent people tend to do the best in this market. Like there's one specific example that I won't name in Toronto that he basically makes more money, books awesomer weddings than like everyone I know. And he's just nowhere on Facebook or Twitter. Like he's there, but it's not like he's just such a powerhouse that he just keeps everything quiet. And
I think that's important too, because I think there's a lot of pressure, especially for people starting out. They need that stuff. Yeah. And I don't think you need it. It helps, but it's just a tool like anything else. Certain people find success in different ways, and if you feel like you're a very personal person and that Facebook and tweeting, every 30 minutes isn't for you, I think that would actually, if you decide to tackle something like that and it's not a fit for you, that would actually hurt your brand and hurt your image as opposed to helping it.
Absolutely. Do you find that like Facebook and Twitter, how much, if you had to put a percentage on it, how much would you say that that's been a part of your business and has helped you get to where you kind of are now?
I think I actually
loaded question.
I actually heard a social marketing guy speak, and what he said was really, because I was trying to think like what is the value, and like I think for us small guys, like assigning ROI to that, unless you're running ads, you just can't do. But one thing that I feel it can help you actually get to the next level is, again, you're trying to refine who you are. That includes your tastes, your photographic style, what you do, and Facebook is a great tool for that. I might post pictures of my dogs, but that's ultimately not the content. When you look at the grand scope of things, if you hit my Facebook profile, you'll see pictures of my dogs, you'll see pictures of my shoes, because I like, dressing up for my wedding days and things, and you'll see things that I actually care about, but it's not actually that pair of shoes that's important. It's just saying that I care enough about shoes or about certain things that helps reinforce that brand image. So when I do sit down with a client or a potential couple, I can explain a lot about myself, and then when they hit my Facebook, they see that all of that information backs that up.
Yeah. I think that even just to like connect with the wedding vendors, that chances are, if you as a photographer, if you have this ideal wedding that like it's your dream to shoot it and you want to book every wedding kind of like that, that there's probably at least a wedding planner out there that wants to make that wedding happen every week. Yeah. There's probably a makeup artist that loves working and doing that exact, and florists and decorators and across the board. So if you're kind of, I guess, throwing yourself out there,
Yep.
it makes it a lot more tangible for people to kind of connect to you, that you really connect with, because not everyone, like the florist and everyone like that, isn't going to put themselves out there. And somebody
for
has
sure.
to kind of take that first step to...
I think, yeah, that's huge, because I mean, think about, like, planners seem to be the ultimate in referrals, because they're kind of top of the food chain next to venues. And if you hand a planner a list of 5 photographers and everybody's just kind of like, well, he's pretty good, he's pretty good, he's pretty good, but there's no real distinguishing factor between that list of 5 photographers, really everybody's kind of hurt by that. Nobody really has a chance. Whereas if you say, look, I'm going to specialize in, you know, the biggest party bride out there, and that's the type of wedding I do, then it's easy for the planner to say, oh, well, here you go. This is a party couple. Here's a party photographer. Done.
To really dial your brand into that so that they're 100% aware of that, and they're the only, or you're the only person that they think of whenever
Exactly.
it comes to that.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I guess the last point that I'm gonna kind of touch on is to just add value to other people in the wedding industry's career. So it's not always to be looking for bookings, it's to just help out for the sake of helping out. So if somebody needs a photographer and they come to you, like, just do something for free, just for, I don't know, unless they're making money from it, then maybe it should be split. But for the most part, just like help out as much as you can to anyone that you can, within reason, of course.
I agree. Like, the best piece of business advice ever, don't be a douchebag. You know, like, don't be a dick, or don't be a jerk at all. And, like, because I see it all the time where, you know, I believe in karma when it comes to referrals, right? I don't think it's right for me to take a kickback for a referral I give away. And I've been approached by people asking for that kind of stuff, and I believe in, like, the whole karma of the whole thing, and helping first. So, I mean, that's my angle on it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm pretty happy with how that went. Hopefully you at home are also happy with that. If not, send us angry messages everywhere.
I know it doesn't apply to everybody, right? I know the starting photographer is still struggling to book their year. They may not get as much out of this. This is really designed for those photographers sitting right in that middle ground.
Yeah. So. I think there's a lot of them out there. Like, I think there's a lot of people that, at least that I'm aware of, that book, like, a pretty good season every year. And they're pretty happy there and pretty comfortable. So, I don't know. I think it's time for somebody to step something up, or
raise the game.
Yeah.
Level 2.
All right. Well, send us messages. I'm at Taylor Jackson on Twitter.
And at Tyler James Photo.
And that's all for us this week.
Thanks.
Oh, wait. I have to wave more.